The time has come to make a move. If you want to get into the college football playoffs, you've got to win big games right now, and we have a clash of ranked opponents coming up in this one. Welcome to Memorial Stadium, Lincoln, Nebraska, and home of the Cornhuskers. As we'll see the runner-up from last year's national championship, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. 3H Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Cornhuskers will kick it away first. On the move from inside is 5. Excellent job by the kick coverage team. A pretty minimal gain on that return. So Ohio State's offense will take the field first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster, man. I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing, tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
Just willed his way for a couple out to the 35. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Here they're trying to get to the edge. Breaks into the open. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, you see a great individual effort there that time, and you can see the skills this guy has, and he just reminds me sometimes of the great Ohio State backs we've seen in the past, right? You think of Archie Griffin and his 2 Heisman trophies, Ezekiel Elliott, J.K. Dobbins. This guy right here with his skill set, he's got the chance to be the next great Buckeye back.
Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's St. Clair. Safe completion on the screen. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. This is a designed run. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Not even 2 minutes in, and they're already in the red zone. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Looking for room. It's Rodgers. Tough, determined run. Gets it down to the 12.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game and really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Toss sweep to the left. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. When you reach this point in the season, these types of games, top 25 matchups, really determine whether you're going to be a contender.
Yeah, and really show what you're going to be the rest of the season. How are you going to finish strong throughout the season? You know, the first part of the season, now getting to the middle of the season, Palmer, getting a chance to show what you're about so you can finish strong.
It's a resume builder, no doubt about it. And really, there's been so much anticipation building up to this top 25 matchup. So which team can control their emotions, I think, goes a long way in who wins this one. The best red zone offenses are the ones who can run the ball in this area, but that's a tough ask today, especially against this unit. One of the best 5 defenses in the nation stopping the run. This is a really big moment in this game.
Dropping back, it's St. Clair. Got it set up on the outside. And how about that alertness and that swarming D to keep him from getting the 1st down? Just not able to shake enough defenders and comes up a little bit short.
And I think a lot of times on 3rd down, Reese, you bet on your guy. When you're an offensive guy, you say, okay, he's going to break a tackle, he's going to get north and south and somehow get the 1st down. Nice tackling by the defense, understanding where they had to get to and forcing the 4th down.
They're going to go for it on 4th down, and remember, from this spot, they can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown. Now on the move. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal.
You're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, 4th down, and it says run.
Sneaks it in.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players. We've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
They get set for the point after as we have the 1st score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And they finish the deal with the quarterback sneak. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Nebraska's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass in coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan.
And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
This offense already in the black zone, a little bit backed up. How do they want to respond? They come out to throw the football, be aggressive, and this defense was ready, and they got pressure on the quarterback and got a sack on the very first snap.
Give to the running back. Turning it on. Oh, what a cut. Past the 50. He's inside the 40. The 20. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown,
he's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. Well, you could draw a line in the middle, and he would have hit that thing. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much. As he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Back to throw, it's St. Clair. That's caught, it's Hardy. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play.
I love the job by the receiver there on the curl route against zone coverage because he finds the soft spot, but he also does a nice job coming back to the football, and it's not easy. When your quarterback's got a cannon like this guy does, and he's throwing a bullet at you, there's a lot of guys that would be hesitant and they would want to wait for the ball. Not this guy. He went and attacked it and secured the catch.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. The throw to the outside is complete. That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Man, what a spectacular play by that defensive end to come up with the tackle there.
And you see those guys get off the football so fast. Most of these guys are 250 to 275 pounds, but they get off the ball fast, low. And the offensive linemen, they have no chance to stop those guys as quick and as...
There he goes! They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after 1 period of play as we have a look at the stats. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on 3rd down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Rodgers. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. 3rd and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the 1st down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
Might be calling a hot route. On 4th down, going to the air. Pulls it in, it's Hardy. And he'll run out of bounds, but he looks short. I think he misjudged the line. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And that's not how you want to start a drive. On the very first play, you give up a sack and you lose a ton of yards. Quarterback, you've got to know, just throw the ball away, know when the play is over.
And the Huskers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
That play didn't have much of a chance to get the first down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Bunch formation for these receivers. The running back has it. Pass the sticks, and he may get more. Still running at the 40. Gashing the D on the right. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Well, when you talk Nebraska football, it always comes down to their ability running it on offense. Whether it's the option or whether it's conventional, they've got a long and illustrious history of great running backs, and this guy is on the field for a reason. His vision, his ability to make people miss, run with toughness, he can do it all.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these, but if they start to add up down the road, obviously you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up.
How about the big fella? I know this is not in his job description to pick off passes, but the eye-hand coordination, able to get his big paws up there, stabs it out of Aaron. It was like he was almost surprised he had the football. Just start rumbling and stumbling once he had possession.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, was expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Buying some time. He can't find anybody. It'll be incomplete as the defense does a really good job in coverage.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Finds his man. It's Porter. Just outside the red zone. If they pick up the first down, they'll spot it at the 22.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
They've generated some momentum with excellent performances in Big Ten play, and you can see them growing game by game.
And that's a big deal, too, in the new-look Big Ten Conference. Back in the day when there were divisions, you know, it was a toss-up every year who was going to win the Big Ten West. That was the easier division. But now, it's just who are the best 2 teams out of all these teams, all these quality teams. So So it's impressive that this team, David, has put themselves in position to play for the championship.
You ain't lying, especially in this conference. Let's be honest, the Big Ten and the SEC, they've separated themselves from everybody else. And so you're competing in this conference, middle of the season, you can finish strong. Now we're not just talking about conference championships. We're talking about where can we be in the playoff and how much damage we can do in the postseason.
They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on How about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside and get a stop, now setting up 4th down.
He wants it all. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. And that decision will be... for a while.
That just could not have gone any worse for the offense, guys. Not only are you dropping the ball on 4th down, you dropped a touchdown. That should be 6 on the board. You need players to step up and make plays in those types of situations. That's the kind of play that could lose you this game.
I mean, getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Oh, they're after him! And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
He is the nation's leader in sacks, coming up with yet another one. Week after week, teams try to find a way to stop this guy. They just can't figure him out. He's too big, he's too fast, and he has a knack for getting to quarterbacks.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll be dragged down right at the 19-yard line. It'll bring up 4th down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Huskers send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And the returner will be knocked down. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. There's enough time left in the half here, David, to make something happen.
Dang right. I want to be aggressive. I'm not backed up in my own end. I can stay aggressive here. Try to get a field goal, Palmer. Try to get in range to get some kind of points before half.
Yeah, 2 biggest things are you got to protect the quarterback.
He'll take a deep shot here. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Takes it the other way. Smashes through the tackle. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
Boy, that might be the break this defense needed right before the half. You're down. You need to make a play. They can't score any more points. This one could get out of hand now. You have set your offense up right before the half to maybe close this gap.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're at 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Lets it fly deep downfield. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable. And in this day and age where quarterbacks chuck it all over the field, how refreshing to see two offenses rely on off-tackle left, off-tackle right, and even a few halfback dives. Physical offensive lines and elusive backs have told the story. A throwback to the halcyon days of 3 yards and a cloud of dust. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. And the Buckeyes will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. They start this third quarter one-possession game and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. The Cornhuskers come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it. They bring the punter onto the field now. Makes the catch at the 35. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he's stopped. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Looking for a gap. It's Jackson. Got enough for the first. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field, can take it the distance on every play, defenses are scared out of their mind.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of games all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
They didn't get a ton of yardage there, but they're really effective at using the back out of the backfield, and they do it to get the first down here. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Got it in the middle. It's Graham. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route running all the way across the field. The DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Dropping back, it's St. Clair. They'll get it down to the 8-yard line on that throw and catch, and the defense is backed up against the wall. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. They'll try the outside to the left. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Big one this week in the SEC. Heck, they're all big ones in that conference. Auburn is currently trailing, but this has been a back-and-forth affair. And if that quarterback can find a little magic a la Cam Newton, this might not be over just yet. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Georgia. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Finds the tight end. And an absolutely fearless tackle. Giving up size, still got him on the turf. Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Got it in the middle, it's Mills. Flying down the right side. At the 20. Touchdown, Husker! He found some open space and turned on the Jets.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. They capped that one off in style, a 74-yarder for the score. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Coming out with it, it's Sanchez. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishing. Taking the touchback. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Looking for a man, it's St. Clair. Zings it complete to the right. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. When a defense is in zone coverage, Jesse, they want to react. How do you react to a howitzer coming out like that?
Not much you can do because this guy's got a cannon. You saw all the eyeballs on defense on that play. They were waiting and anticipating that throw, but when you've got an arm like that, it's going to be tough to stop that throw.
And this team needs more of that, man. This is a really close football game, and you've got to get these stops down the stretch and meet the physical challenge of this offense, and they do right there, man. And that's one step closer to getting this football back and maybe making this thing a football game.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game, throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed.
He lobs one high down the left side. He's got it inside the 25. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. The Buckeyes are rolling down the field. Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Touchdown, Ohio State! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And he makes the extra point. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. The returner will field it and try to do some business. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
This defense has taken the game over. They're winning the game in large part because of how dominant they've been up front and how good their pass rush has been.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down. You've just thrown an incompletion, so 3rd in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw.
Makes the catch down the right side. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
And this offense is going to have to be aggressive, right? Down a couple possessions. Got to continue to get these first downs. Move quick. Don't be in a hurry, but they've got to keep the accelerator down because they need some explosive plays.
Makes the catch. It's Parker. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. You're going to win this game.
There to make the stop, but he is a weapon out of the backfield in the short passing game, and they've got a first down. And the Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Fakes to grab. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Still some work to do after that last completion at second down. He leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
The Huskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Wants to throw on first down. Sets up the screen. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this.
A shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Cornhuskers. That big score makes the end of this game very interesting.
No doubt the offense got what they need. More work to do, but you had to get this part accomplished first.
And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. So the kickoff team will come out after they turned in a score on that last drive. On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game, with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
They've got the lead, but here in the fourth quarter, it's starting to dwindle. And if they're going to hang on to this game, they've got to be able to run it. It's a really tough thing to do when the opponent knows exactly what you're going to do, but this is what you train for. You've got to be the more physical unit right now.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And this guy really has been a workhorse today. He's made plays when his offense has needed them the most. He's a guy who's reliable. They know they can turn around, give him the football, and he'll go make things work out. They're going to need him to finish this game. He has to continue playing well after that big run there.
Gonna run it. It's Jackson. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 3rd down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. The offense changing the play. Looking for a man. It's St. Clair. Pulls it in. It's Graham. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Buckeyes are on the move. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man. It's Graham. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the 1st down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll toss it to the left. He's out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Really nice job by the running back here in the fourth quarter, picking up that 1st down. They need him now. They've got the lead, but not by a lot. Late in the game, they need him to play his best football at a moment in the game when everything is on the line.
Creates a little space. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Gets the back moving. Going to swing it on 2nd down. The sure hands, it's Hardy. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. And if you didn't know this was a big play, the crowd is telling you, a huge 3rd down. They'll toss it to the outside on the left. Breaks into the open. He's got enough for the 1st down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. And a chance, perhaps, to salt this game away if this offense can pay this off with a late touchdown. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if it's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football.
He's going for the goal line. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the fourth quarter as they go for their 6th straight win.
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Syracuse is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join former Heisman winner Ernie Davis among the legends to wear that uniform. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to Utah State. That's where things stand right now, and of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Swings it out to his running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws for the tight end. Working the big fella downfield and outside.
Well, this offense has a ton of work left ahead of them here in this 2-minute situation late in the game, but the drive off to a good start. You get the 1st down, you get out of bounds, you're working the perimeter of the field. That is exactly what you want to do.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42. Looking to throw on 1st down. Finds his man. It's Hunter.
Man, it's kind of crazy. That's only the 2nd time we've called his number, called his name, like his 2nd catch of the day. We're used to this guy really impacting a football game, and this offense has to do a better job finding him, featuring him, giving him chances to make plays.
The Cornhuskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Bringing the heat. With the catch, it's Hunter. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. And quickly to the line of scrimmage, they spike it and stop the clock.
No gain on the play.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Fires to the big fella. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can.
Strikes the ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. Coming up, 4th down.
Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. Under fire. They got him for the sack, and that'll be a turnover on downs. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock.
Ohio State.
Making side adjustments here. Wants to throw. It's St. Clair. Rushes on him. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. They'll get the timeout with 5 seconds remaining to play. And after this play, the cake will be baked. Second down, he'll throw it. The pass is incomplete, and 1 second is left. The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He'll try to do it himself. That will be the final play as they make the stop, and the clock has expired here. They reeled off 6 straight to start the season, undefeated, bowl eligible, but when you have that kind of record, the possibilities seem limitless.
What a great way to start the season. The best way possible, right? Like 6-0, taking care of business, building momentum. This squad continues to climb up the ranks. They're getting better. They're getting more respect. 6-0 is the best start you could have, Palmer, but they're looking for more.
It's been really fun watching this team to get up to this point. So much talent. They've got great coaching, and I feel like they could keep that 0 in the loss column all season long if they keep playing the way they did today.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.